Dorothy Unsworth is a witch from the Witch's Forest and the captain of the Clover Kingdom's Coral Peacock Squad of the Magic Knights. She is the human host for the elf Rev. Dorothy wears a pointed hat with a wide brim and a garland of natural flowers wrapped around the cone's base. Her outer cloak is clasped by a flower-shaped brooch. The cloak layers so that her insignia is on the cloak of her cape. Beneath her cloak, she wears a light-colored shirt with puffy sleeves that end just past her elbows, light-colored puffy short pants, and a dark-colored vest that has light-colored fur draping down over her hips. Her shoes are pointed and colored in contrast with a deeper shade of her squad's color. While possessed by Rev, 2 tattoos appear on Dorothy's cheeks and her ears become pointed. 6 months after the elves' attack, Dorothy has replaced her flower brooch for one resembling a peacock feather. Dorothy seems to be a heavy sleeper as she is asleep all the time, despite how much noise is made around her. However, she still seems aware of her surroundings while sleeping, as she votes in the entrance exam and walks by herself during various times. When she is awake, Dorothy is very chipper with a carefree, caring, playful and highly energetic big sister attitude. Dorothy attends the Magic Knights entrance exam and afterward requests, and passes on Asta to join her squad. At Julius Novitrono's request, Dorothy attends a meeting of the captains, and sleeps while the other discuss and argue for which Yami Sukehiro yells at her. Marx Francois then contacts them and requests that they come down to the dungeon. There, the captives Catherine and George reveal that Guldra Poisot is the traitor and Dorothy sleeps through the resulting fight. The captains watch as Marx displays Guldra's memories, and afterward Julius demands that they keep the incident a secret and investigate their own squads before they go their separate ways. Dorothy attends the Star Awards festival but is asleep for the whole ceremony. Weeks later, after Padley sets the last magic stone in the Sephiroth, Dorothy is possessed by Rev. After Rev traps some black bulls in her glamour world, they trick her into imagining a copy of Dorothy. The captain thanks them and takes over the fight with Rev. Dorothy delights in fighting someone with the same magic, and the two overwhelm the spell with their creations, which causes it to collapse. As her body dissolves, Dorothy thanks Rev for the fun. Later that night, all the remaining elves are exorcised after William, Vangians and Licht combine their magic to connect the elves to a giant tree through which Asta sends anti-magic. A few days later, Dorothy is awake and helping with the reconstruction effort. She is approached by Noel Silva who asks about Achire Silva's connection with the devil. Dorothy leaves 3 of her squad members to finish the cleanup effort. She then pulls Noel into her glamour world so that they can discuss in secret and safety. Dorothy initially teases Noel with a copy of Asta, which Noel blasts away. Dorothy then creates a copy of Nizel and reveals that Achire died because of a devil's curse. She explains that the curse will kill anyone who speaks of it in the outside world, so Nizel could never tell his siblings. She further explains how devils manifest in the living world, and warns that their influence has been spreading. 6 months later, after the Golden Dawns and Black Bull's bases are attacked and their captains are abducted, the remaining captains gather for a meeting and are briefed on the Dark Triads plot, which Dorothy sleeps through. The meeting is interrupted by the sudden arrival of Nacht, Faust and Asta. After Julius vouches for Nacht's identity as the Black Bull's vice-captain, and a spy in the Spade Kingdom, Dorothy continues sleeping as Nacht explains the Tree of Qliphoth's ritual and structure. Afterward, Nacht expresses his desire to build a team around Asta and his anti-magic in order to rescue Yami and William and to destroy the Tree of Qliphoth. The meeting is adjourned after Nacht announces that the team will leave on the morning of the 3rd day. 3 days later, Dorothy and the other Magic Knights selected for the Spade Kingdom invasion gather at the Magic Knights headquarters. After infiltrating the castle, Dorothy, Ril, and Charlotte split off to face Vanica Zagratis. Dorothy trails behind to handle the Dark Disciples along the way, while Ril and Charlotte continue on to fight Vanica. Later, when the first gate to the underworld opens, Nacht sends Waldner to lead Dorothy to Morris Libardert, who is accelerating the ritual. Dorothy fights Morris, but his devil-boosted modification magic destroys her dream magic and severely injures her.